there's this rooftop garden with solar panels. So we got to experience that, and it was really fun to work there.
Nice.
But yeah, that was, I consider those in the succulent family. They might not be like maybe a true succulent or whatever, but the one that I used a couple times in my own yard is a stone crop.
Mm-hmm.
And I also used Angelina, which is a very like neon green, very, almost yellow green, and pokey. Well, it's not really pokey. It has like needle-like leaves.
Yeah.
Fat needles. And really cool because it would change. It kind of changes in the seasons a little bit. It gets darker and lighter and flowers and has a little bit of orange on it. So,
as the temperatures cool down.
Yeah, and great ground cover spreads.
Mm-hmm.
I started some. I don't know if I consider stealing, but I stole a little bit of stuff from Mirinda.
Oh, just a cutting. Yeah,
just a cutting of it, and took it and just planted it in my garden, and then it filled out.
Oh, that's cool.
So I mean, it's a great ground cover. The Angelina.
Yeah. A couple of questions, if we have time, that people may ask is, are succulents edible?
Dang, I wouldn't eat them, but I guess you probably could because you eat cactus.
Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, I was just thinking that maybe cactus is a good example. So they are totally edible, but because you really don't know if they've been treated with fungicide or chemicals, then it's not a good idea to just run on out and snack on these things. But I do know there's a weed that's a succulent. It's the pigweed. You're aware of, that one. It really shows up in people's gardens and whatnot a lot.
I don't know if I would know it by a different name, I think.
Yeah.
Is that the one they use in Mexico as an herb?
That's right. As an herb, but also in soup. And it grows like crazy.
Yeah, now I can't think of the common name because I never called it pigweed.
Yeah, similar to portulaca. It's a lot like that, but anyway.
Dang, what would I call it? Brent would eat it.
Yeah.
Well, he would eat everything.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those things that's like, if you know that there's not a bunch of chemicals in the ground,
yeah,
it's completely edible. And
maybe that's another one we should talk about is like edible weeds.
Yeah,
that's the only one I know.
For when you really get hungry.
Oh, I mean dandelions. You can eat dandelions.
Yeah.
Dandelion greens.
And the cheesies, the little cheese-it.
Yeah, that's right. On the common mallow.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, so that was a question that was running through my head. The other one is succulents. The bugs that really are attracted to succulents and cactus and that category of plants. And they have a kind of a nice, durable, hard leaf. So most most bugs have a difficult time attacking that, with the exception of one that I'm aware of. It's the mealybug, and it looks like this white cottony kind of bug that you wouldn't really suspect that it's trouble, but it gets down in the cracks and crevices of the leaves and right around the base of the plant, right around the crown, and it will just kind of hunker down. And it's kind of like a tick, actually, and it'll just hunker down and just suck the sap right out of that succulent. And I have seen it damage succulents enough to where it kills them. If not outright, then there's like a secondary issue that comes in, like a disease from those fresh wounds after being sucked on.
Yeah, the thing that I've seen most of, I guess, struggling succulents would be too much water. That's the thing I see the most.
Oh, sure.
Just the symptoms that they look like, I would say it would be too much water is what I see the most of. And then they just become weak. It's probably some fungal disease or something. Yeah.
As a secondary
issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never seen bugs attack them, but I'm sure they have them.
Yeah.
It makes sense if they did. I just wanted to throw out real quick that if one of my other favorite kind of succulents, we can't grow here either because of the winters or I don't know exactly. It's got to be the winter because they're probably rated at a higher, temperature zone. Are agave. I love agave. The little ones, the little tight little rosette ones.
Right.
With their dark colors and they're so beautiful. So if anyone goes down to St. George, there's a botanical garden in St. George on the bluff. Beautiful examples of agave and every kind of desert, whatever. Beautiful garden there.
Yeah, the flora is just...
I don't even think it costs money. I don't remember paying. Maybe I wasn't supposed to pay. It was raining when we went, and there was nobody there, but it was open. So I don't know. We might have. It's right by the tortoise reserve. There's a little tortoise area that has like a fence that's like
tortoise
it's
reserve.
like a 6-inch fence to keep the tortoises in. The desert tortoise, but it's like 3,000 square feet or square miles or 20. I don't know, tons of area, and then around it is this 6-foot or 6-inch fence to keep the tortoise in. So if you go there, you see a tortoise, don't bring it on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, here, let me help you, little buddy.
You can't get over
These
there.
These fast cars.
Zoom. Yeah. So great place, love it. So if give you some ideas for your garden or whatever. If you're down in St. George, go check it out. Totally worth it.
Very nice.
And that's it.
All right. Cool, man.
Thanks, Brad.
Later, Blaine.
All right, there we go. Succulents, number 37. So thank you for listening. Thank you, Podlings, for supporting the podcast. Thanks to Brad for participating with me. All right, there you go. Succulents. That was number 37 of the episodes that we have put out. That was a weird way to say it. But yeah, come find us on our social media. We have a couple of Facebook pages. We have a Facebook group, and then we have a business page of the Horticult, and you can just search the Horticult and find us. We also have a Twitter account at the Horticult that I share the podcasts on and little thoughts here and there. Find interesting articles about topics that we kind of cover. And we have an episode next week coming out on insects, friend or foe. That's what we labeled that one. So it's kind of saying these are the beneficial insects that we don't want to, take away from our garden areas or our yards, and then these are the ones that we need to kind of watch out for and kind of mitigate their population so they don't damage our plants. And then I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank the podlings out there for listening to us and participating. And then I want to thank Brad for doing this with me. And you guys make it worthwhile. So thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. Remember to plant on, Babylon.
Oh, no.